One thing about smoke, makes for a pretty sunrise. Good morning, folks. Well, today I got diesel. And the truck started all right. So far, everything's going good. My water's full. Today they got that goat and calf roping clinic going. It's starting at 8 this morning. It's got to be 7:30 or so. I'll go water and plow it up. Hopefully it'll be a little bit easier day. Yesterday wasn't a bad day. It just could have been better. Having the pump go out, that's the worst of the problems. But at least it didn't do it during the fair. If it's going to have problems, I'm glad it did it now instead of 2 weeks from now. Oh, these bees out here. We've had no time to work these things. Kind of worried that we won't have him if we don't. You gotta work with these, and we haven't been doing it. We've just been so busy, and still don't have the time today. But Cindy had to run into town for a few hours, and I got the arena plowed and worked up for this goat clinic. So I'm going to take a quick look at these guys, and hopefully they're still in there. They haven't been real friendly this year. Last couple of times we've worked them, I've gotten stung. Messing with the smoker takes time, but it does help you not get stung. Burlap works really pretty well for this. We were using pine needles. That worked pretty good. Some people use straw and all sorts of different things. The main thing is to make sure there's no chemicals on it, like, straw with weed killer or something like that on there. This burlap was they're sandbags that they use for floods and things. The road department was getting rid of them because the pack rats had chewed a bunch of holes in them. So it's perfect for this. I think I need a new lighter. This one's working, but it's not got much of a flame. I really don't like these smokers. They're hard to get lit, hard to keep lit once you do. But they do help. You don't want the stuff really to be burnt. You just want it to be smoldering so it puts out a lot of smoke and hopefully stay lit a little while. Well, that's looking fairly decent. do enjoy these bees, but they are a lot of effort. There's an awful lot to go wrong. We have a friend that is really good at it. He's been making a living at it for many years. Master beekeeper. But he's helped us a lot. Without his help, I don't think we'd have ever got going with it this long, or even maybe at all. But there's just so much to go wrong. It's really a frustrating deal sometimes. Okay, let's see. The whole reason we did this is because honey's so expensive, we figured we'd save some money not buying honey. Yeah, right. Don't expect that at all. Nothing on that frame whatsoever. Nothing on that frame. Alright, so this one has quite a little bit of honey built up in here. Some capped honey here and a little bit of brood. Looks like mostly drones. I see some larvae in there. Don't see the queen. Got a little bit of capped capped brood up there. More capped brood over here and some larvae. I don't know if you can see in there or not. That right in this area, little white things look like snail shells or something. That's the bee larva. That one's got a lot of larvae, or a lot of capped brood, I mean. On both sides. A little bit of honey in the corners. Don't have a lot of honey in here so far. All this stuff here you should trim off. I wish that queen was marked. It's really hard to see them sometimes. More larvae, or keep saying larvae. It is larvae, but it's capped brood. Very little honey in the corners here. There's the queen. No, that's a drone. The drones are bigger. They're male bees. That one right there. But they look kind of similar to the queen, but they're not. Once you kind of know the difference of them, they don't really look that much alike, but It's easy to fool you there when you first see them. Yeah, that frame is pretty heavy. It's got quite a bit of honey in it. Not a lot of capped honey, but it's got a lot of liquid still in there. So hopefully that queen is in that lower box. I'm gonna go ahead and button this up. Put one empty frame there so they can fill it up. I think I'll do the same thing, probably right in the middle actually. Actually being real quiet today. I haven't hardly needed that smoke. The smoke is good for getting bees to move too. They don't like that very much, so I'll get out of the way here. I don't squish them as bad. Trimming that off is mainly so you don't squish them when you go to put the frames back in. Yeah, these guys really aren't doing that great. Mostly honey. Queen can be really hard to find. I hope we still have one. Quite a bit of brood on this side. put an empty frame right in the middle there. Not really looking too promising. That right there is a queen replacement cell, not a swarm cell. I haven't seen any swarm cells this time. This one's got quite a bit of brood. I really am not seeing much in the way of uncapped larvae though, which kind of makes me wonder if we still have a queen. Like I say, they're so hard to see. That little pink dot we had on that other one, that really helped. You could see them so much easier. Well, doesn't look too good, really. Now, I don't know, the way it is right now, they don't have enough honey built up probably to make it through the winter. So if they don't all die out, we're not going to end up with any for ourselves, which is kind of normal. It seems like, I mean, we've been doing this now, I don't know, 7, 8 years, I bet. And had good luck for a while, then they all died out, and then we get some more and they died out, and then we'd get, you know, enough we'd be able to split and make another box or two, and kept kind of roller coastering up and down where we had lots of bees and then we had lots of problems. And I don't know, this beekeeping stuff, like I said, if you don't have time enough to check them at least once a week, then don't get them, because it's not an easy deal, and we really don't have the time, and it shows. I mean, we could be doing a lot better if we had more time to mess with these. So there's a couple of different types of boxes here. Let's see what I have in this one. There's 2 different size boxes for these. If you look here, they usually are on the top, but right now, since there's nothing in them, I got them on the bottom. Those 2 short boxes are half the size of one of these bigger ones. Generally, the bigger ones are where the bees live. The bottom ones, well, they're usually on top. These smaller ones are what they call a honey super. And what that is those are, honey is so doggone heavy. I think they make them smaller so it's easier to lift, but those are kind of the ones that you keep. You put the queen excluder in there, or not. A lot of people don't use them, and then you put the honey supers on top of that. And what happens is with the honey, or with the bee excluder, the queen can't get up into there and lay eggs and kind of mess up your honey. It'll be just solid straight honey. And those are the ones you keep. The others, getting distracted here. This little turkey chick, she's out now. It's half grown, about the size of a chicken. It was stuck in the weeds, couldn't get out. Anyhow, the upper ones that are for you to keep, you don't really want, bee larvae and stuff in it. So that's the whole idea between that. And I was going to put one of those on top of here just to give them a little more room. But there's probably at least 3 or 4 frames in there that are empty, so they've got room. I don't know. I didn't see the queen, but that doesn't mean it's not in there. There is capped larvae and some fresher larvae that's not capped. So hopefully she's still in there. I don't know. It doesn't look too promising. I hate failing at something like this. You put a lot of time and effort into it. This year we really haven't had enough time to do it, but a lot of money goes into these, and then to have it all just kind of go away on you, that's hard to take. But part of the problem is it's been so doggone hot this year. That really stresses those bees. These boxes, they get pretty hot, and that's why somebody told me, oh, you don't need those screen boxes on top. They're ventilation boxes. You kind of do when it's this hot. You want a little bit of airflow going through there, and it helps. In the wintertime, I pack those with insulation, and then that keeps them from getting too cold too. But we have a ditch right here next to where this duck's standing. Oh, there's water for them close by, and they do pack in quite a little bit of water into their hive, so that shouldn't have been a problem. There is really no shade here. I kind of wish that we had a tree or something over them. It would help. They don't necessarily need it, but it would help. You see a lot of bees, a lot of beehives and things out in a big field somewhere with no shade at all. But anyway, kind of a depressing deal. We're not out of the running yet, but it doesn't look too promising. This dang little turkey. What they do is the fence over here has a gap just to the left of that duck. Right over here, they got a gap. They go under the fence. Then they can't figure out how to get back. He's not very happy. You can hear her peeping. Well, go chase that back and call it a day for this one. So, thank you for watching, folks, and see you tomorrow. Bye.